The city of Ravenswood looked peaceful from a distance, its glittering skyline reflecting across the river like a city without secrets. But beneath the lights existed a darker world, where corruption thrived and powerful people buried their crimes behind money and influence. On a cold October night, Ethan Cole, one of the city's most successful businessmen, stood alone in his luxury penthouse, staring at a photograph that should not have existed. The image showed him standing beside Victor Kane, a man who had disappeared 7 years earlier without leaving a trace. Ethan's hands trembled as he read the note left beside the photograph. "I know what happened that night." Fear tightened around his chest because someone had finally uncovered the secret he had spent 7 years hiding. Across the city, veteran detective Sarah Bennett sat inside her office reviewing old files from Victor Kane's disappearance. Evidence had vanished, reports had gone missing, and every lead had somehow ended in a dead end. As she studied the file again, she discovered several pages had been deliberately removed years earlier. Someone powerful had erased evidence, and for the first time, Sarah believed she was getting close to the truth. Meanwhile, inside an abandoned warehouse outside the city, a mysterious man sat beneath a flickering light, surrounded by photographs of politicians, lawyers, businessmen, and police officers. At the center of every wall was Ethan Cole. The man smiled as he crossed another name off a list. 7 years of planning had led to this moment. Tomorrow, the truth would begin to surface. The following morning, the city awoke to shocking news when prominent attorney Daniel Pierce was found murdered inside his office. There were no signs of forced entry, no fingerprints, no weapon, and no witnesses. Only a message written in large letters across the wall behind the body. They all lied. When Sarah arrived at the crime scene, she quickly noticed an old newspaper clipping hidden beneath Daniel's desk. It featured a story about Victor Kane's disappearance. Suddenly, the cold case and the murder became connected. At the same time, Ethan watched the news coverage in horror. Daniel Pierce was not just an attorney. He was one of the few people who knew exactly what happened 7 years ago. If Daniel had been murdered, Ethan feared he might be next. He immediately hired private security and surrounded himself with guards, cameras, and alarms. Yet that night, despite all the protection, he awoke to strange footsteps inside his apartment. Grabbing a handgun, he searched every room but found nobody. Then, a whisper echoed through the darkness. "Ethan." The voice seemed to come from everywhere at once. Following the sound, he entered the living room and discovered his television had turned on by itself. Static filled the screen before suddenly changing into surveillance footage from 7 years earlier. Ethan watched in horror as the grainy recording showed him, Daniel Pierce, and Victor Kane arguing inside an abandoned warehouse. The confrontation grew heated before the footage abruptly ended and a message appeared on the screen. "You remember now." Ethan collapsed into a chair because he remembered everything. 7 years earlier, Victor Kane had uncovered a multi-million-dollar fraud operation involving powerful people throughout the city. Victor threatened to expose everyone involved. A secret meeting was arranged inside the warehouse to convince him to stay silent. Instead, an argument broke out. During the confrontation, Victor was pushed backward and struck his head against a metal beam. He died instantly. Panic consumed the others present. Rather than reporting the death, they hid the body, destroyed evidence, and created a cover story. They believed the secret would remain buried forever. They were wrong. The next day, Sarah received an anonymous package containing a flash drive. Inside was the same surveillance footage. As she watched it, she realized she was finally looking at the breakthrough she had been searching for. Financial records soon revealed that millions of dollars had disappeared shortly before Victor vanished and had eventually been transferred into accounts connected to Ethan Cole. The investigation exploded into a citywide scandal. Then another murder occurred. A retired accountant connected to the same financial network was found dead. Once again, the killer left behind the same chilling message. They all lied. Fear spread throughout Ravenswood as the media nicknamed the unknown murderer the Justice Ghost. Rumors flooded social media. Some claimed Victor Kane was still alive. Others believed someone close to him was seeking revenge. Days later, construction workers renovating an abandoned warehouse discovered human remains hidden beneath a concrete floor. DNA testing confirmed the impossible truth. The remains belonged to Victor Kane. After 7 years, the missing man had finally been found. The discovery shook the entire city. Sarah immediately obtained an arrest warrant for Ethan Cole, but when police arrived at his office, he had already vanished. A massive manhunt began, yet no trace of Ethan could be found. Then Sarah received another anonymous message containing an address to an abandoned church outside the city. Believing she was finally close to answers, she led a tactical team to the location. Rain poured heavily as officers surrounded the church. Inside the dark building, Sarah discovered Ethan waiting alone. Exhausted and defeated, he admitted helping cover up Victor's death, but insisted he had not killed him. Sarah demanded to know who was truly responsible. Ethan revealed there had been a fourth person at the warehouse that night, someone far more powerful than anyone suspected. Just as he prepared to reveal the name, a gunshot echoed through the church. Ethan collapsed to the floor. Sarah looked up and saw a figure standing on the balcony holding a rifle. The shooter fired again before escaping through the darkness. Officers chased the suspect, but found nothing. As Ethan lay dying, Sarah knelt beside him and asked for the name. Using his final breath, he whispered 2 words: Mayor Grant. Sarah froze. The city's beloved mayor had secretly been the mastermind behind the fraud operation and the cover-up. Over the following weeks, investigators uncovered overwhelming evidence linking the mayor to corruption, fraud, and multiple murders. Yet another mystery remained. The anonymous figure who had spent years exposing the conspiracy was eventually identified as Victor Kane's son, a man who had secretly collected evidence for 7 years while planning revenge against everyone responsible for his father's death. Before police could arrest him, he disappeared without a trace. Months later, Ravenswood slowly recovered as corrupt officials were imprisoned and hidden crimes were exposed. However, one mystery survived. Every year on the anniversary of Victor Kane's death, a single white rose mysteriously appears on his grave. Security cameras never capture anyone placing it there. Witnesses never see anyone approach. By sunrise, the flower is simply waiting beside the headstone, and many believe that somewhere beyond the city lights, Victor's son still watches from the shadows, ensuring that those who bury the truth never truly escape it.